Amendment 1. No person shall make any man-made law, and in creating an establishment built upon any form of religion, or prohibiting the freedom of any peoples, or abridging the freedom of human nature, or the right of people peaceably to cooperate and to manifest a voluntary world. Amendment 2. No regulated centralized militia is necessary to the security of freedom. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed as by the self-defense principle under natural law. Based on the Constitution of Humankind and the Declaration of Independence, there can be no freedom with a state simultaneously. No state can secure rights for individuals of whom their rights is properly their own. Amendment 3. No person shall use the property of another without the consent of the owner. Amendment 4. The right of the people to be secure in their own property against involuntary searches and seizures shall not ever be violated. Amendment 5. No person shall be held to a man's law system that dictates morality. Amendment 6. In all crimes, allow peoples to solve problems among themselves without need of any overarching state, knowing the immoral nature of a state. Amendment 7. One maintains the right to help settle scenarios in voluntary court systems. Amendment 8. Theft in any form shall not ever be right, nor violence in any wrongdoing inflicted. Amendment 9. The enumeration in the Constitution cannot be imposed by the people, but understood. Amendment 10. The powers inherent in humans are not to be prohibited by any state. Amendment 11. The judicial power of the people shall not be construed to man's law, but to natural justice, natural law. Amendment 12. There shall be no masters of slaves or slaves of masters. Thus no president, minister, king, or any other title claiming ownership over another shall persist as by Article 1, Section 3 of the Constitution of Humankind. Amendment 13. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude in any form shall exist within the world. Government is merely a euphemism for slavery, as by claiming ownership over people or claiming certain people have rights that others do not have, or that people must obey or obtain permission to exercise right actions and be free. Amendment 14. All persons born or naturalized in the world are subject to natural law. No person shall make any law, nor shall any state deprive or involuntarily claim ownership of any person of life, liberty, or property. Amendment 15. The right of all peoples to live their life as they so choose as long as they do no wrong shall not be infringed. Amendment 16. Nobody ever has the power to lay and collect taxes on incomes, as it is theft, by Article 1, Section 8 of the Constitution of Humankind and ensured by Amendment 8. Amendment 17. There shall never be any election process or voting process in determining new masters of slaves, as ensured by Amendment 12. Amendment 18. Individuals always maintain the right to choose what they want to put into their own body, their property. Thus, all forms of prohibition are always wrong. Amendment 19. All peoples are inherently equal, born with the same rights as by natural law, unable to be granted or delegated and revoked or taken away, as ensured by Amendment 15. Amendment 20. No slavery shall persist, as equally ensured by Amendment 17, 12, and 13. All amendments speak to the nature of self-ownership or self-governance with natural law as opposed to external man-made governance. Amendment 21. These amendments are nearly guides pointing to the self-evident nature of human beings and the natural law which governs their aggregate behavior. Amendment 22. No matter which form government takes place in, it remains of the same nature of statism, as ensured by Amendment 20. Amendment 23. It is redundant stating self-evident nature, yet necessary so that man's law does not exist and thus inevitably persist thereafter, as ensured by Amendment 22. Amendment 24. There exists no Congress or legislation, for no man shall tell another how to live their own life, as ensured by Amendment 23. Amendment 25. In the case of scenario, a world without government is a world simply embraced in the only state of reality or nature. Amendment 26. No piece of paper can replace or be the logos or word of natural law. Such knowledge stands for itself and requires understanding through conscience and consciousness. Amendment 27. No law shall be of man unless it is voluntary rules mutually agreed upon, as rules will always be created, knowing natural law, but not to be of involuntary rule over others and called law, knowing the danger of man's law as ensured by Amendment 5.